All right. So we're back from our break. Now, you were saying that Mike Huckey lived in St. Louis. How did you meet Mike Huckey?
Well, I went to see him to kick his ass
Okay. Why did he need his ass kicked?
because he had been aggravating the girl that I go with, which was Margie Massey.
Okay. And did you kick his ass?
No, his mom saw what was going on and made iced tea for us and pointed to the back deck, and we sat on the back deck and drank iced tea till I discussed what whatever was worrying me, and I found out that Mike was innocent.
Okay. So, Mike, you thought he was starting shit, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. And this girl, what was this woman's name? Margaret Massey?
yes.
Okay. And how did you meet her?
She was Louis Leach's granddaughter.
Who's Louis Leach?
The uh, high fella that lived down the road from us on the farm.
Oh. So, how did you meet Margaret Massey in St. Louis? Did you know that? Did you look her up because she was in St. Louis, or how did you guys come to actually be in each other's company?
I don't remember how it all came about, but when I came to St. Louis, I bought a 52 Ford,
Okay. Eh,
and I used to come to St. Louis and buy a tank of gas, and when I get in town, I drive, and try to get lost, and I learned the streets.
Okay. Did you meet Margaret Massey by giving her a ride back and forth from from Van Buren?
No,
Okay. All right.
uh, uh, Whitey Gossman was her stepdad, and he was married to Dolores Veneta Leach,
Okay. And where did he live?
3803 Weber Road, St. Louis.
Was that close to where you lived?
No, I lived down with my sister,
Oh, up in North St. Louis. You were still living up in North St. Louis at the time.
uh, and I don't remember what the circumstance was.
For meeting Margaret. Okay. So how long did you live in St. Louis with your sister Dorothy?
3 weeks.
And then where did you move to?
the farm.
Okay. And that was after your accident?
Yes.
And how long were you on the farm this time?
The rest of the summer, I think.
Okay. And just helping your dad farm, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any other jobs in Van Buren while you were back on the farm?
No.
Okay. And what did you do the next year?
Whitey Gossman said I might get a job at Vickers where he worked, and I tried that and got a job there.
Is Vickers a gas station?
Vickers was a prime contractor for the Navy building submarine.
Where was that? Where was that job? That wasn't in.
Well, we built the first 8 nuclear submarines, and we built only the steam level controls.
Where did you build? Where were you working for Vickers? What city?
St. Louis, 8th and Olive, Vickers Electric.
Vickers Electric. Okay. And how long did you work for Vickers Electric?
3 years.
Okay. How old were you while you were working at Vickers Electric? Were you in your, was this like when you were 21, 22, and 23, or were you old?
Yes.
Okay. And were you working year round, or were you still going home to farm in the summer?
No, I was working the year round.
And what was your job at Vickers? What was your job title?
Wehrman. Uh, we built the first 8 nuclear submarine steam level controls, about the size of a stand-up freezer,
Okay.
but it had drawers in it with the rash. Well, the race.
I didn't understand what you just said.
I didn't know either.
They had drawers. You had drawers in this big cabinet. It's a big component that is the control system for the submarine, and it's got drawers on it, right?
Yes,
And
and
and what?
and we built the first set for the USS Enterprise.
Well, that was an aircraft carrier, not a submarine.
Yes,
Okay.
but we built the first set for them.
Okay.
I used to know the names of all 8 submarines that I worked on.
Okay. How did you get the competence to do this job? How did you learn how to do this job?
Pretty much, I had worked at McDonnell Douglas after that. Uh,
Okay.
this was in 57 and 58
Okay.
and 59.
57, 58, and 59. What years had you worked at McDonnell Douglas?
I'm not sure.
Was it before or after you worked at Vickers?
It was after.
After. What were your, so you said you were a wireman, right? At Vickers Electric?
Yeah.
What were the job duties? What did a wireman do?
Oh, bars, drawers, uh, but cabling the wire was the most important job. Making it look neat and tying it with the wax string.
I mean, did you have to decide what, you know, plug a wire into a certain component and run it to a control, or were you just, did somebody else do all the wiring hookups and you just organized them so that they were neat and tidy?
No, I work from the blueprints, uh, building the mechanism to wire and then wiring it with a spec wire.
Okay. So you would look at at a set of blueprints that told you how a component was going to get wired together,
Yeah,
and then you would do that wiring, right?
yes,
So we're,
I do simply work first.
so first you would assemble it and then you would wire it.
Yes,
Okay. And so you would bolt the components in place on some kind of a framework,
yes,
and then you would look at the blueprint and run the wires where the engineer had designated the wires to go, right?
right,
And you had to choose the right wire and go the right direction and plug it in at the right place.
yes.
And all of that information was contained on a blueprint that you somehow knew how to read. How did you know how to read a blueprint?
Uh, basic. They were pretty basic.
Okay.
Uh, we had uh, a foreman named Orville Fruth, and he was colorblind, and we'd del- delete, delete in sending him to the wire crib for a cut.
Nice. Because he couldn't tell which one to get, right?
Yeah.
Great. Nothing like picking on the handicap, Dad. All right.
Well, our foreman uh, on the floor was Whitey Gossman, and he liked me,
Okay.
and he gave me a break every time he could, and we had 8 more workmen.
Okay. And you worked at Vickers Electric for 3 years, 57, 58, and 59. And where were you living while you were working at Vickers Electric?
Mostly Maplewood 3250 floor.
Okay. Did you live by yourself or was this a boarding home?
It's boarding house.
Okay. And did you have any close friends while you were at Vickers or living in Maplewood? Did you have anybody you hung out with?
Yeah.
Who were your
Uh,
friends?
Norm Willard was uh, the best friend I had, and a guy named Jones, uh, Francis Jones.
Okay. Now I've met Norm Willard. He
Yeah,
he had the fishing ponds out
right city.
in Wright City, and then he also had a karaoke machine.
Yes.
So he was kind of a character, wasn't he?
Well, he uh, I bet him pretty first and introduced him to his wife.
Okay. Was he older than you or younger than you?
He was younger than me, but just barely.
Okay. And he passed away a couple years ago, correct?
Yes,
And his wife did too, right?
yes.
Okay.
She's been gone 5 years.
Oh, okay. She passed away before he did. All right.
I had a few more friends there. Junior Connors was a friend, and Ralph Nobles, and Dieter Holland, and Francis Jones.
Okay. What did you and your buddies do together? What did you and your friends do when you were hanging out together?
Went to movies or double dated.
Okay. Were these guys, did they also work at Vickers Electric or did they live near you or live at the same boarding house? How did you know these guys?
We lived at the same boarding house.
Okay.
They all had different jobs. Uh, Junior Connors worked at his brother's ornamental iron shop, and Norm Willard worked for Dunham and Manis in West Webster Groves, which was a garage. He was the transmission mechanic.
Hmm. Okay. And what about Dieter? What did Dieter do?
He worked for the government somewhere. I think he worked at the record center in Overland.
Okay. And then there was Ralph Manus. Is that, am I
Ralph Nobles.
Ralph Nobles, I'm sorry. What did he do?
He worked for Jasper Blackburn, and Francis Jones worked for I know where it is, but I don't know the name of it.
Okay. So these guys all had pretty good jobs, right?
Yeah,
All right. And you did too. You were working at Vickers Electric.
yes.
And you said you made 15 cents an hour working at a gas station. What'd you make at Vickers Electric?
$3 and something.
All right. Hold on one second. We're going to take a break.